Okay, Paulo Costa and Khamzat Chimaev, they were going back and forth during UFC 279 fight week. In fact, there was that footage of them both being held back, apparently, at the UFC Performance Institute, both chirping a lot of shit, both going back and forth, trying to fight one another. And that is why we love Khamzat Chimaev. Okay, the guy seemingly does want to fight everyone. He wants to smash everyone. He wants to kill everyone.
I kill everybody! Allahu Akbar!
Okay, and now Paulo Costa is also wanting to do that. He went on the Ariel Helwani show earlier this week, talking a ton of shit, trying to tempt Khamzat Chimaev to take that fight. Now, whilst as a fan, I would love to see that fight. I think Khamzat Chimaev matches up pretty well with Paulo Costa. Not saying he'd win. Paulo Costa is a formidable opponent, a very, very tough man. The only people to beat him are Marvin Vettori and Israel Adesanya. But even still, when you consider how good Khamzat Chimaev is, you consider the size of him, okay? Remember, recently I did a video saying there's a potential that he could become a 3-weight division champion. He still needs to avoid Paulo Costa.
I will make him cry.
Paulo is setting a trap. He's trying to bait him. He's trying to get Khamzat Chimaev to say, you know what, fuck this. I smashed this guy. I killed this guy. Brother, I smash everyone. But he can't do that. Because if he does that, he's now fighting for the 185-pound belt if he beats Paulo Costa. If he's going to become a 2-weight division champion or a 3-weight division champion, which I know some people think is crazy.
To me, it looks like a honeymoon between you and him.
He's got to start at 170. Okay, the fight against Nate Diaz was supposed to be 170. It was shocking that he never made weight. We're not going to go through all that stuff again. But he's still right there at 170. Remember, Khabib missed weight 4 times and still went down as the greatest lightweight of all time, potentially the GOAT. So for Khamzat, he can be forgiven that one mistake. Can't make a routine of it. But if he goes up and fights Paulo Costa, and if he beats Paulo Costa, well, then he's probably going to get a title fight at 185, and 170 will seem like a distant memory. Now, let's have a look what Paulo Costa was saying. As I said, he was on the Ariel Helwani show. I've got it here. He says, Chimaev, because he's on a high, that's who I want to fight. I stole some of his high. I stole his sleep. I stole his cap. I stole his main event fight. I stole everything. He says, Chimaev, you need to do something, motherfucker. I stole your everything that you had, but I stole your night's sleep. I can't do a Costa. I stole your night's sleep. I stole your wains. You are disturbed, so crazy. I cannot do this. I will die. So I think I need to fight that guy. So, of course, talking a lot of shit. But then he goes on. He goes, I cannot do 170. You think I can make 170? 185 is the most deep that I can do. He said, for sure he missed weight because of me. Because he became so angry, so stressed, and he almost gave up. He gave up. He missed the weight for almost 8 pounds, almost 9. I stole everything from him. Hype, soul, night of sleep, main event, his hat. Come on, do something. So, of course, he's talking a lot of shit there, you know, trying to get Chimaev to take the bait. And he's doing the right thing. For Paulo Costa, that would be a massive fight. He's currently going through contract negotiations, according to the same article, that his girlfriend is now his manager. I never like it when that happens. You know, I'm not saying that girlfriends can't become good managers, but they're a little close to the situation. They're a little emotionally involved. And, you know, you still have your girlfriend managing your affairs. Call it what you will. That's my opinion. But anyway, Rebecca's looking at me in the background. Do you disagree, Rebecca?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Anyway, you're not becoming my manager. I'm retired. Even if I wasn't retired, she would not be managing me. But still, God bless her. I'm sure she's fantastic. But he's going to try and get a new contract with a pay raise. And I would love to see that. I love what Paulo Costa brings to the table. He's very, very exciting. Now he's talking a lot of shit. He's very funny on Twitter. And, of course, trying to get this fight with Khamzat Chimaev. It would be a great fight. And I'd love to see. But as I said earlier, you know, for Khamzat, if he's going to become a 170-pound champion, which he has a shot, you know, he really does have a good potential of doing that. He's made such short work of everyone other than Gilbert Burns. Leon Edwards is the champ. He's a great champ. Kamaru Usman is probably going to fight him. So there's, you know, there's activity there, and there's certainly very, very tough competition. No one's saying that's going to be easy. But that would be his first shot. That would be the logical first title attempt for Khamzat Chimaev. But if he goes to 185 and fights Paulo Costa, and if he beats Paulo Costa, come on, he's next in line. Simple as that. Adesanya's going to face Alex Pereira at Madison Square Garden. Regardless of who wins that, there's a potential that Izzy gets a rematch if he loses. But regardless, let's say there's no rematch. The next up in line, if Khamzat beats Paulo Costa, it has to be Khamzat Chimaev. Because number one, everyone's going to want to see that. The bad guy.
Say something! Don't win now! All you boys! This is just your...
You know, he's the biggest bad guy in the whole of the UFC right now. You know, there's been a lot of bad guys along the way. Chael Sonnen doesn't count because he's not really a bad guy. He always claims to be. Conor McGregor certainly fits that bill. I was a bit of a bad guy for a while, but right now, Khamzat Chimaev, the way he flips everyone off, the boos that he got, but the numbers that he pulls, people are intrigued by this guy. And if he was to beat Paulo Costa at 185 pounds, well then... that would be it. He would be fighting for a middleweight title. And I don't think he would have the ability to go back down and fight at 170. You know, so I think for him, he's got to avoid Paulo Costa. And that's not the right word. That sounds like he's ducking him. But strategically, if he wants to be a legend, if he wants to become a multiple weight world champion, he needs to focus on welterweight first, get the job done there, and then go up and challenge 185, whoever that is. And then again, you might think I'm crazy. From there, relinquishes the 170-pound belt and goes on and tries for the 205-pound belt. You know, of course, that's a very grand idea, very grandiose. But still, listen, you know, Khamzat Chimaev is something special. I mean, come on, look what he did to Kevin Holland. So anyway, there it is. Paulo Costa's out there talking a lot of shit. Claiming that he missed weight because of him. Basically saying all the right thing. What you're trying to do when we're trash talking, we're trying to get a response from our opponent. We're trying to get them triggered. We're trying to get them to bite. We're trying to get them to tweet. Because once you start tweeting or you're saying something publicly, then, you know, the social media, everyone starts commenting, it becomes a big thing. People start writing articles about it. Dickheads like me start doing YouTube videos about it, and there's a public outcry. And the UFC have always done a great job of putting on the fights that the public want to see. So for Khamzat Chimaev, this man's got to be careful. If he wants to be the welterweight champion, which he can be, he can't go off and fight Paulo Costa. But will he do that? You know, is he going to respond? I guess the time will tell over the next 48 to 72 hours. We'll see what Khamzat Chimaev says. He might put a video, he might put a tweet out, he might do an interview, he might do something, or he might just ignore him. And if I'm Khamzat Chimaev, if I'm his manager, if I'm his girlfriend, I'm telling him not to tweet, not to talk shit. Focus on the job at hand. Let those people talk shit. Avoid the noise. Do you know who's really, really good at doing that? Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett is getting called out by everyone left, right and centre. Even Logan Paul just called him out because he said something about Logan Paul.
He's a sausage.
And Logan called him a clout chaser. But now Paddy Pimblett's the big man. Logan Paul's calling him out for a boxing fight, and Paddy put him in his place and said, "Oh, look who's the fucking clout chaser now, lad." But as I say, everyone's calling him out, and Paddy just ignores everybody and just focuses on the UFC matching him up and getting ready for that person. Reason I'm bringing that up, that's exactly what Khamzat needs to do now. He is the man of the moment. He's the belle of the ball. He's the biggest bad guy, the biggest villain in the UFC, and everybody wants to fight him, okay? He cannot accept fights with everyone. He cannot be letting all these call-outs. He can't take them personally.
I'm the most dangerous guy here. I gotta come for everyone. I kill everybody. Allahu Akbar.
Just like Paddy does. I never thought I'd be sitting here saying, fucking go down the path of Paddy Pimblett. That wasn't the plan at the start of this video, but he's absolutely doing the right thing, and that is what Khamzat Chimaev needs to do. Forget about Paulo Costa now, become the welterweight champion, and then talk about those guys then. I don't know. What do you think? I'm in sunny Barcelona. I'm about to go off for the day. Rebecca's sitting in the background giving me the evils, giving me dirty looks, saying, can we just get out and enjoy this beautiful city? So anyway, I'll see you soon. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't done so already. All the best. Talk to you soon.